welcome. Welcome. Tara Malarkey here, and today I am doing a live training for you all on the 10 business secrets that I wish I knew when I started coaching. And so if you don't know me, my name is Tara Malarkey. Welcome. We're streaming on IG and Facebook right now. And I stand for the financial and sensual liberation and embodiment of all women. So if you're a coach, a healer, a leader, and you know you came here to share your divine gifts with the world, then I am here to share with you the 10 business secrets that really I wish I knew when I started coaching. All right, so number one is start today. Start today. It happens today. That means not after you have a website or your domain bought or a logo or an opt-in or any of those things. It doesn't matter about those things, okay? Those are just myths in your mind that keep you playing small, that keep you feeling like you are not far enough along yet or you don't look professional enough yet. So it's kind of just BS. I just want to let you know that. All right. Number two is I want you to get really comfortable with posting content, with being seen. And believe me, this is a practice. This is hard for a lot of people. It is not easy to let yourself be seen. And most of that is actually childhood wound imprinting that happened really early in life, right? When somehow we were criticized, either in our family of origin. A lot of parents, they criticized in order to discipline us. So it developed a shadow. We developed a shadow around being seen and being criticized, right? Because at the core of us, we all just want to be loved and accepted. So thank you for the hearts and the likes, guys. I really appreciate that. And so that is the really key thing here about if you're not sharing your voice, liberate your voice and sharing your voice and being expressed in the world, it's likely because of a deeper wound that's running in your nervous system that doesn't feel safe. So it's really, really important for you to look at that. So number two really is post content and videos and be seen, okay? Number three then is make offers. You cannot make money doing your work in the world, giving your divine gifts, unless you invite people to work with you. It sounds obvious, right? But so many people, they don't want to feel sleazy or salesy, and so they never make offers. They expect people to come to them and say, hey, I want to work with you, I want to give you money. But most of the time that doesn't happen. We actually have to invite people into that. So if you give me a minute here, I just need to share in a group. I need to share this because I forgot to do that at the beginning of this live. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so we got that down. So, let me go back. Wait a second. Okay. Number four, are you ready? Number 4 is get intimate with being afraid to fail. Probably one of the most important ones, okay? Because when you step out from corporate, we talk to so many women every day, and most of them have had some kind of career where they've worked for someone else, right? And one of the main things you realize when you step out into entrepreneurship is that it is it's all on you. And so that feels really heavy. And you realize that whether you make it or you break it, it's really up to you, right? So you are so afraid to fail that you totally turn away from actually taking action because you're afraid that it's the wrong action. This also can go back to a childhood wound that we need to heal. And so really getting intimate, right, with being afraid to fail and noticing what comes up for you around, when you're afraid to say the wrong thing, and what comes up for you when people criticize you, because they will. And that's coming to the next one. Number 5 is ignore the haters. If there's one thing I learned from all the coaches ahead of me that I've worked with is, no one will criticize you that's doing better than you. So when you think about that, think about like Oprah, right? She doesn't have time to be like, Tara, what are you doing? Like, that was stupid. No, because she's living her $1 billion life. You know what I mean? So like, no one who's doing better than you is going to be like a troll on your Facebook ads or a troll on your Instagram post and criticize you or tell you that you didn't say the right thing. So I know it's like not as simple as that. It's not as easy to just tell yourself like, oh, those people don't matter because they are not more successful than me. But it does help, right? When you think about it, when you really do think like this person likely is not living their full expressed life, right? They're not putting themselves out there. They're not doing the things. And therefore, they're just spending their time criticizing me, And so the thing is, you got to be intimate with being afraid to fail. Notice the stuff that comes up in you when you're afraid, when you are really afraid of being criticized, afraid of someone not agreeing with you, afraid of someone judging you, thinking you're greedy for pursuing millions in your leadership business, whatever other people think, right? You got to learn to ignore them. All right, number 6 is charge what you're worth, this is such like a misnomer statement, but what I mean is that like there's really no price you can put on the transformation that you likely provide to people. And so if you're trying to sell your time for dollars, right, like hours for dollars, you're playing small, right? Because when you're a transformational leader, when you have done the work to awaken and ascend, and you're still on the journey, you're healing, you're doing all this personal development work, you've become certified likely in lots of different modalities, you have studied a lot, you've read a lot, you've had a lot of life experiences, like your soul came here for this. The transformation that you provide really you can't put a dollar amount on it. So likely you need to charge more than what you're charging. And that's honestly the one thing, not the one thing, but like the one most important thing. I think that every client that works with me, that's what they get immediately. It's almost like you can't raise your prices and start charging more before you like talk to a coach and you say, this is what I do. And she says, and this is what you should be charging. And then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Like now I have permission, And it's not like you need a coach's permission, but it's really what happens when you start to work with someone who charges more than you. Number 7 is create a system that runs on autopilot and brings you inbound clients. Because if you are out there manually trying to find people to work with you, believe me, all of us have tried that already and it doesn't work. So I did it, like I said in the title of this video, I did it for years. I tried to manually post and manually email and manually try to get clients and manually grow my email list and all the things, we do. I even grow following on social media. And it wasn't until I realized how I could actually leverage the power of automated digital systems that can work for me while I'm sleeping and taking care of my life and feeling nourished, that's when everything changed. And actually, I was able to reach more people that I really wanted to reach without me doing manual work. So it's absolute necessity to put in systems that expand your reach, okay? Number 8 is bring small groups together. So I actually really believe that small, high-end groups to facilitate change is way better than one-on-one coaching. And I've seen this just over the years. Most clients want one-on-one coaching and they get better results when they're in a small group situation. So they still get the same amount of time with a mentor, but they are also fueled by the other people that are on the journey with them. And so if I could say anything to you is to start to leverage your time, and to facilitate small group transformations, put your people in small groups, they're gonna get better results with you. Number 9, hire help. Like get support, like, I wish I did this sooner, even when I felt like I couldn't, when I didn't have the money, when I wasn't making enough. But have a virtual assistant, have an admin assistant, have a business manager eventually, have a housekeeper, 100% meal delivery if that's like cooking and stuff is not your thing. Whatever you need to keep your genius productivity high, and you need to balance your feminine nourishment. I'm mostly speaking to the women here. The thing is, we actually really need to do business differently than men do. And so we can leverage a lot of the systems and the online marketing and like the ways in which it works, but we also need to take tremendous care of ourselves. We absolutely need to stay near ourselves. We also are cyclical being. We have moon cycle every month and our hormones change. And so we need to run our enterprise way differently than a man. We're also a lot more sensitive. And so the criticism that I talked about earlier, that will affect us a lot differently. So get the support you need to make sure you can take care of yourself, because what I know for sure is if you don't, you will burn out. So I don't care how much progress you think you're making right now, but you will come to a point where you can't do it anymore and you will go to zero. Believe me, and it's not fun. And then number 10, you guessed it, hire a mentor. I am not joking when I say that I have made many mistakes in my business, and probably the biggest one, no, for sure the biggest one. And I've invested over $100,000 in my development, but I wish I did more. So it's definitely one of my biggest regrets that I didn't invest and just keep investing. And this is a huge thing for people who feel like they don't have the financial resources to invest, right? Because you're like, I want to, but I can't. And the biggest mindset shift you got to make there is like, you actually have the resources available to you if you decide that you will get it. And that's really the shift, is when you decide that you will. And the biggest thing here is that you decide that you will make it an amazing decision. So many people are not investing in themselves because they're afraid to make the wrong decision, or they feel like they made the wrong decision before, they didn't get results. And therefore it's tainted them going forward, and they're not investing going forward. Biggest thing. So you need to go back, reframe the thing that you feel like it didn't work out, because for sure you got something from it, and you can absolutely shift and reframe that, and then start investing again and start investing big. The one thing here is that if you want to sell high ticket transformational coaching and you haven't invested high ticket, forget about it. So you absolutely need to be investing at a higher rate than even you're selling. There are a few key things that good mentors do. They give you a step-by-step plan that's aligned with your soul. And so they take the guesswork out. So every day you're not like, what should I do to grow my business? I don't really know. They keep you on track with a plan, right? This is also for health, relationship, whatever kind of mentor you are. This is what you provide for your clients. We keep people accountable to what they say they want. So when their mood comes in, or their hormones come in, or their wounds come in, they have someone to bring them back to what they said they wanted to accomplish, which is priceless, right? And mentors who are further along than you, who've done the deep work and the strategy work, they can help you see the wounds and traumas that are totally invisible to you. You can't even see it. They're holding you back. And then they help you master your mindset. So when you're saying things like, I just didn't feel like it this week, and I got sick, and they help you kind of get back on track with what you know that you want to accomplish. So, because normally you can't hear how you are holding yourself back. So what I know for sure is that if your vision is really big and you know that something more is possible for you, it totally is. And the only thing holding you back is you, unfortunately. That's the truth. So the world needs you, and I just really want to implore you to get the help you need and, do it. It's time. Okay? So, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear from you in the comments below, wherever you're watching this video. which secret resonated the most, meaning which secret do you know is still holding you back, whether you're at the very beginning or you're some years in. And then if you want support, if you know that it's time, then DM me or comment below or reach out to my assistant, and we will give you a link to apply for a call with us. And you'll get so much out of that call, no matter if you decide to work with us or not. We don't do pushy sales around here. So thank you so much. Love you all. Keep rising.